This playthrough is rated M for mature.
August 14th, Saturday. The sun sets and the meeting time approaches. Ban and Rose seem like the type that don't mind making others wait, but hate being kept waiting. Better head out. This feeling. Yep, it's here. A whisper comes from somewhere.
It's time for a tale. The man found a poor little buddy. The man wanted to save the little buddy.
The whispering stops. Cold sweat slides down my cheek and drips off the peak of my chin, but my breathing remains composed. My heart rate's staying pretty steady too. Is it because I've made up my mind to do this, or am I just used to all this now? Even I'm not sure which is true. I leave the apartment and take a deep breath of fresh air. Tonight, I'm going to put an end to this. I arrive at Kasuji Station and make my way over to the Black Rabbit. The lights are on inside. Is Aunt Natsumi still there? Hey Kojima, I let myself in. Of course you did. My throat's feeling a little better thanks to the mead I had. Mead? I mean, I know mead's still a thing, but that just sounds like you're an old Norwegian Viking or something like that. I'll walk in and find Rose in good spirits. Aunt Natsumi is nowhere to be seen. Did you break into the place again?
Alcohol is the salve that heals life's wear and tear. You could even say it's a life companion. You'll understand when you become an adult.
I am an adult. Or I need an adult. Whatever. Hey, so you're both here already. Pour me a glass too, Kojima. I'll take some of your top-shelf bourbon on the rocks, if you please. Not for free, you jackass. Don't get so angry. It doesn't jive with the smooth guy thing you're trying to work. Our lives are on the line again tonight. Indulging a good drink when facing down that situation is to be expected. So come on, don't keep your customer waiting. This is going on your tab. I've helped Aunt Natsumi at the bar before, so I know what to do. I go behind the counter and pull a bottle from the back. I put some ice into a rocks glass and pour the dark amber liquid in. A burnt smell wafts up. Ban impatiently snatches the glass from me and pounds down the liquor. Phew, that'll put a hair on your chest. So, Kojima, did you get us some info about Moroku? More or less. I filled him in on everything Aunt Natsumi told me about Yuuki and Moroku last night.
I see. It definitely looks like that cruel hobby of his definitely made its way into his work. But I'm finding it hard to believe that he'd abduct and kill young girls just for his writing.
I tried following the thread of those previous abductions. Over the past few decades, 4 girls went missing near the Moroku residence. Half a year ago, a middle-aged girl named Tsubasa Aoi vanished. I like how the game basically straight up tells you what's important in this whole conversation when it makes certain things in red. Like we're morons or something. She was on her way back from ballet class. She was a pretty girl who people had expected to become a prima donna in the future. On her way back from ballet class. That means... Yeah, the recording on the T-tape was news clip about Tsubasa Aoi's abduction.
We also found a ballet flyer in the mansion. Could that have been...
Yeah, Tsubasa Aoi was slated to perform in this show advertised in that flyer. I think she was the star of the second act.
Second act was? Loch Duquesne? Duck Lake?
Or Con, whatever. Yeah, Tsubasa Aoi was going to play the part of the princess who gets turned into a duck. You mean Swan Lake. She was apparently really excited for it and put her heart and soul into practicing. She went into the ballet classroom every day and danced barefoot until the sun set.
And then she went missing just before the show. She was so eagerly waiting to perform. What a soul-crushing tale.
Unfortunately, that happens in real life all the time, unfortunately. I'm sure that was devastating for her. Okay, now for the rest. 10 years before that, a girl named Sachi Kurashima disappeared. Then 20 years ago is Ai Mishima, and the last one was 30 years ago, Hana Manabe. You don't have any more info on those 3? Unfortunately, I couldn't fully investigate them. They're pretty old cases after all. All I know is that they were all kids who were in their early teens. Tsubasa Aoi was the only middle schooler, but the other 3 are all in elementary school.
The first letters of their names match the tapes. TSAH. The pieces are all starting to fit together. I think we can safely assume that Yukimo Moroku abducted all those girls.
Once every 10 years, a young girl around the same age was kidnapped by a children's author. Almost like some kind of ritual. Really piques one's curiosity. Moroku must have had some nerve. He kept kidnapping girls right by his house, and no one ever put two and two together. I'd say it's the opposite, actually. For him, his neighborhood was the safest place to do it. Didn't your mother tell you? Most of Moroku's relatives are famous. Some of them are on the Shinzo Ward Council, or they work somewhere in the government. They probably kept all heat off Moroku just to make sure they didn't get any blowback. If people suspected a relative of theirs was a criminal, they could lose their positions. And such is the disgusting state of the world. People really are the worst monsters of all. Unfortunately, yeah, that's like in real life. People will protect child murderers like that all the time. I've seen it. Or I've read about it and stuff like that. For me, scumbags like that are the great business opportunity. Enough of that, though. Time to get to the mansion and put an end to this. Yeah. I'm expecting you two to earn that free drink you just had. Yeah, I'm planning on it, kid. I lead the Black Rabbit with two tipsy adults in tow. They'll probably sober up by the time we get to the Moroku residence. Well, it depends if they ate something with their drink or drank water afterwards. I walk alone down a path that I'm already far too familiar with. Just before I'm inside of the Moroku residence, that horrifying presence appears once again. Exclamation point. Countless mouths surface and begin crudely laughing. It's almost the finale of the tale. The birdie comes a crane and repays the man. Tunkarari from beyond the door. However, I don't feel too bent out of shape. I figured it'd come right about now. Hey, you're here. ... What is it? You don't look too good. Did something happen on the way here? Well, that damn curse showed up. That time limit you were talking about. Mouths that only you can see appear, right? Sounds crazy to me, but... Spiritual phenomena that only the affected person can perceive are quite common. Besides, Kojima has his blowmetry, remember? It's not unusual that he would see quite a few things that others can't. It's supposed to be a death curse, but you don't seem too phased, Kojima. Well, it's the third time it's happened. I think I'm kind of getting used to it. Getting used to it? Seriously? You really are an interesting child. I've seen many cursed people, but I've never seen anyone as dauntless as you. I guess Rose is not the only one here who's fearless. I can't keep up with you two. Jeez. In any case, I don't have much time. This will be settled before the sun rises. I see. Guess it's the third day after all. We're definitely getting closer to the truth. Yeah, just like Persona 4. No, wait, that's different. Well, I mean, it is. Yeah, when it all comes down to it, our main issue... Rose looks up at the window. It's the fact that we haven't gotten there. We'll get there, no matter what, even if we have to destroy the building. Didn't even think about that? No. Come on, let's start. Alright, we want to choose band for this part. Alright, Rose, you be on the lookout. No problem. Leave it to me. Then I'll see you later. Alright, let's go. It shouldn't be anything new, so let's, at least right now, so let's go in the house. Yeah, now we unlock those 3 plates. We've come to the front entrance of the Moroku residence once again. Yeah, we saw those before we left last time. 3 frames. That must mean we're supposed to hang the masks here. Yeah, I'm sure of that. My question is, where do we put each one? Alright. We're supposed to... I was just seeing if there's any new people appeared and whatnot, so... Doesn't look like it. Okay. Alright, so let's take a look at these things. Decorative wooden frame. Examine the frame. There's nothing said in the left frame. Examine charm. It must represent the types of masks that need to be put here. Moroku is a fairy tale novelist, so I bet that this is related to fairy tales. Well, when I think about fairy tales that deal with cherry blossoms, I think Hanasaka Jisan. You know, the one about the old man and the neighbor that kills the treasure-finding dog? In the end, the old man's cherry blossoms getting blessed, but the neighbor ends up in jail. Man, Japanese people in old times really love cherry blossoms. You said it, brother. Oh yeah, this will just say. Cedar plank hangs from the mud wall. It apparently is decorative frame. Okay, nothing there, so we'll just check the charms. It's probably something to indicate the type of master that we set here. Was it the same thing? Retribution, huh? Feels like a common theme for fairy tales. Kachi Kachi Mountain comes to mind, but there's no rabbit or raccoon mask, so that's not it. Alright, final one. Nope. Let's see. Okay. But the last is a really vague clue. Maybe if we went for processes of elimination, we could figure this out. Well, thanks for telling me what I need to do, by not actually telling me what I need to do. Right, well anyway, the left one is the dog mask. I took out the dog mask. I set the dog mask in the left frame. Alright. And then the middle one is the monkey. Where are you? Monkey mask. Monkey mask. I set the monkey mask in the center frame. And then the pheasant mask, whoops, goes on this front one right here. There it is. I took out the pheasant mask. I set the pheasant mask in the right frame. Pheasant mask used. Then, whoa! The entrance to the secret passageway opens up once again. Nice, great job. I was just lucky. Come on, there's got to be something pretty important up ahead. Alright, let's go. Something appears inside the secret passageway. It's a ladder. Man, it feels like we're really going to put the finishing pieces on this story. It certainly is giving off a dangerous vibe. We better be prepared for anything. We're going to climb it. Alright, any random things, just secrets? No, just the one. Don't go! No, well, we'll go. I climb up the ladder. I hold my breath as I climb up the ladder, and it was exactly as we figured. The vast attic fills our vision. Look behind that sliding door. Yeah, let's be careful. An old paper lantern. For some reason, it's not dirty or covered in dust. It even looks as if it's been used recently. For some reason, cinder feels slightly warm, like there had been a flame in there recently. The sliding doors are lit up by the lights, so the lights coming through is gentle and soft. ... I quietly edge over the sliding door, and as I extend my hand to open it, please don't look inside. What the? An odd figure appears as we hear the voice. There it is! Is that thing the screaming author? Open the sliding door? Well, we got to, so. I know it's dangerous, but we have to do this. No matter what lurks behind the door, we can't just turn our backs here. I forcefully open the sliding door in an attempt to rid myself of my fear and doubt. Question mark. There's nothing here. That's what it looks like. All we see is a completely empty room. Well, there's stuff in there, though, in the room, as you can see. There's a dull antique mirror here. Nothing stands out about it other than the fact that it's cloudy and doesn't reflect well. It's an antique-looking chest. There's a lock on the chest. This lock is pretty old. I guess that woman's picking tools won't work on this relic. We're probably better off just hunting for the key. Doesn't look like Rose will be able to get this old lock open right now. We're about to leave when I notice a sheet of black paper that was under the chest. What's this? Obtained carbon paper. I guess a kid like you wouldn't know it. It's carbon paper. They used to make copies. Yeah, back in the day. People don't really use carbon paper as much anymore. There's a lock on the chest. Okay, she says the same thing. Okay. Oops. Okay. The tatami is steeped in blood. The blood stain is pretty big. Something terrible obviously happened here. Well, let's touch it. Although, I guess you're not afraid of having any blood diseases, are you, Kojima? I should be able to see something. I kneel on the tatami and adjust my breathing. I quietly press my palm against the mat. But... Question mark, exclamation point. A massive jumbled images fills my mind, and I can't tie them into any single image. It seems like this blood doesn't just belong to one person. It's going to be really hard for me to get anything useful out of it. Well, this is probably where he killed like all the girls in the same spot, so it's probably all mixed together or whatever. So, all right, let's go back down. Since we're not gonna learn anything from this, so. What the? What's all this paper doing here? Look at that. Sheets of paper are scattered everywhere. Most of them are blank sheets, but there are a few with some sort of title typed onto it. Sitakira Hana, Kobutaru Ai? Sitakari Hana and Kobutaru Ai? I'm guessing they refer to Shitakira Shizumi and Kobutaru Jisan. Moroku's works are takes on fairy tales, so it makes sense that the titles are references. Okay. And there's the typewriter. There's an old typewriter here. There are black stains all over the keys. The keys are completely rusted, and I'm not even sure it'll work. There's already a sheet of paper set into it, and I see part of something typed on it. No Ongasai. No Ongasai. I'm probably butchering it, but blank no Ongasai. Well, we obviously got to fill in the blank. Seems like a reference to that crane story. So something fairy tales related that would complete something X no Ongasai. Alright. Weird. So, okay. Well, anyway. We need to perform, since those black notes are blood on the thing, so. Actually, I think there's, before we do that. Oh yeah, there's one more. No sheet of paper. Most of them are blank sheets, but there are a few with some type of title typed onto it. Sati Kangasen. Sati Kangasen, huh? Based on the other, this must be referring to Saru Kanigasen. It also looks like the typist prefers Kunrei Shiki romanization. If they were using the Hepburn system, TI would be she, and 2 would be Sue. But whoever is leaving these puzzle clues behind is obviously using Kunrei Shiki. I bet this bit of trivia will be super useful in your life. Yeah, thanks, game. Thanks a whole lot. Anyway, we need to use blood matrix on this thing. The rust on the keyboard actually seems like it could be dried blood. I'll give it a shot. I feel around a section of the keys that looks particularly dirty. I hear coughing sounds. They sound like they're from a person that's in pain. I think I've heard this voice before. This voice. Eventually the coughing stops, and then, in a firm voice, the voice says something. Engrave my fairy tale. Just now, that was him. It's the voice of the man on the tape. Did you hear something? Engrave my fairy tale. That's what he said. As I speak the words, the typewriter begins to make sounds on its own. Is he telling us to type with this? I guess so. Alright, let's check it again. The keys are completely rusted. I'm not even sure it'll work. There's already a sheet of paper set into it. I see parts on the typed in. Okay. No Ongasai. A, B, S, T, U are the only working keys, so the word must only use those letters. Okay. So, does it say the same thing? Blank, no Ongasai. Okay. Oh, sorry. This is different. It's got to be in Japanese. Wings would be Tsubasa. Beak is Kuchibashi. Tongue. So a Japanese crane-related word that completes the fairy tale of no Ongasai. Okay. I'm going to save it again. Yeah. Okay. Type. I press one of the keys that works. However, nothing appears on the paper. It seems the typewriter doesn't have any ink. Huh? Bond takes a look at the typewriter. Well, of course it can't type anything. There's no ribbon in it. Ribbon? Man, this makes me feel old, because I know what he's talking about, typewriter ribbons and stuff like that, but most people don't have digital stuff, so. It's a type of ink. It goes between the type hammers and the paper. The hammer hits the ribbon and leaves a mark on a paper with ink for the ribbon. So you're saying the typewriter is made of ink. That's right, but it's a pretty simple machine. All you have to do is place something that can print letters between the hammers and the paper. Yeah, so we need to use the carbon paper on it, so there we got. Carbon paper. Pressure-sensitive paper used to make copies. The pressure makes the carbon of the paper transfer onto another sheet placed below it. I take out the carbon paper from my bag. Can we use this? Bond carefully examines the typewriter. Well, I think it'll work. It should be able to get some letters if you put it in between the hammers and the paper. I put the carbon paper into the typewriter to take the place of the ink ribbon. Carbon paper used. Alright, now let's use it again. The keys are completely rusted and I'm not even sure if it'll work. Okay. Sorry, there's a sheet of paper set in between the keypads there. No Angasai. Same thing as those. Okay, so type. Okay, so we want to type in Tsubasa because of what Bond said to us. So T-U-B-A-S-A. I fill all of it out. Whoa! The keyboard starts clattering on its own again. Even the keys that were stuck fast earlier are now smoothly typing onto the paper. Whoa, I think this is what they refer to as psychography. We gawk at it as the paper fills with sentences and rolls out of the typewriter. We pick up the paper and look over it. This is what was written on it. I failed with many of them in the past. However, I've managed to save the fourth birdie. Though it is their role, all the birdies have lost all 4 limbs. It's truly saddening. The fourth birdie wails that it does not want to be seen and it wants to die. Truly a pity. I shall at least give her wings and transform her from a little birdie into a beautiful crane. If she became a crane, I'm sure it would show me utmost gratitude even if it died. That's all the typewriter writes. Hey, Kojima. Suddenly Bond points at the bed. Take a look at that. Yeah. What is that? When did it get that way? There's now a bulge in the bed that looks like someone is sleeping in it. Well, fortune favors the bold, I guess. The bed is bulging suspiciously. The bulge is about the size of a grown man lying down sideways. It smells like rotten food. Yeah. A powerful stench violates our noses. We had been in this room several times before, but never smelled like it did now. Something has definitely gone bad here. I'm sure it's what's causing that bulge. Kojima, try looking under the sheet. Yeah, make the teenager do it. ... The smell gets more and more intense as I get closer to the bed. Trying to breathe as little as possible, I place my hand on the corner of the blanket and I pull it back in one motion. I thought it was going to be a bird. What the fuck is this? On the bed lies a lump of meat that is covered in rot. The skin of what looks like a head on the pillow seems to be infested with maggots. It looks like the corpse of a man. Why are there so many arms? The most bizarre thing about the corpse is that there are many arms stapled together. They're all skinny and flexible looking. They must belong to little girls. Looks like the kid's arms are embalmed. I'm guessing they belong to the girl from the tip. Bond's words cut off. Why wouldn't anyone do this? Did the spirit do this? I wouldn't be so sure about that. Take a look at the tool next to the corpse. It's a surgical stapler. It's used to staple open wounds shut. It's for stapling together flesh, you mean? Yeah, you got it. There's a chance that this man stapled those arms to his own body himself. ... Well, that guy's a sick fuck. I can't bear to look at the freakish corpse any longer, so I cover it and leave the room. That corpse, it must be Yukoma Moroku. I don't know what he looks like, but judging by the white hair, I bet it was him. Hang on. If Moroku's here, then who's the screaming author? Someone who died in this place while leaving behind an intense grudge. If it isn't Moroku, you know who that leaves, right? Well, one of the girls, right? ... Hearing the word grudge, my mind immediately thinks of the tear-filled screams and pleas of the girls that were recorded on those tapes. That means I recall the contents of the Tsubasa no Angasai that came out of the typewriter earlier. I failed with many of them in the past. However, I managed to not kill the fourth birdie, because I'm sure that even if it were to die, it would be able to die in peace. We haven't found the fourth girl doll, and what the title of Tsubasa no Angasai indicates, the spirit, Must be T, the last girl killed by Moroku. Fuck. I feel my stomach turn once again. Yet another time it's happened since I entered this place. I'm sure any sane person would feel the same. But I can't allow myself to look away from it. I have to face the tragic reality. If I can't, then I may as well just embrace my coming death. Alright, let me give this to you. It was next to the pillow where the corpse was. Bond tosses a small pouch to me. It contains an old key, a syringe with liquid, and an empty medicine bottle. Obtained old key and syringe. The old bottle? Forget about it. The label on the bottle reads, drank me. No, sorry. Midazolam. Or Zolam? Anyway. Midazolam is a benzodiazepine sedative. It's used in pre-anesthetic medication. He must have been using it when he was operating on the kids. Ugh. The key is probably goes to the chest in the attic. The size matches with the keyhole. The old chest sitting in the back of the attic that seemed like it was hidden away. Seems like it's finally time to open it. This feeling. The screams from the mouths pierce my brain. The tears reached happily ever after. Don't begin, 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 don't. Please don't look, please don't look, don't look, don't, please don't, please don't look. I don't have much time left. I gotta go to the attic. To the attic! Oh, does it say anything when I examine it? Oh, no, it doesn't let you examine it again. Yeah, well, now we know what the stains caused from it, so. Alright, time to go upstairs. And open that chest. Climb up the ladder. We return to the attic. The paper lantern is emitting a white light. What the hell's going on? The sliding door is now completely open, and I hear what sounds like pained breathing. I pleaded it still. What do you mean you pleaded? After clicking my tongue, I walk towards the voice to see what's there. Exclamation point, question mark. My whole body is wrapped up in something that comes from overhead. I'm quickly jerked up into the air, and the impact causing me to drop my flashlight. Aw, crap, the flashlight! I feel like I'm a bug that's flailing around inside a spider's web. Whoa! Fuck, what the hell's going on? Bond, you're in the way, move over! How exactly do you want me to do that? I'm completely flipped upside down! I squeeze my head against Bond's body so I can actually see. What is that, lovely? Gah! A dark silhouette falls from the ceiling and its outline begins to gradually form. Shit! So this is the screaming author. From the front, a scream pierces my mind and I see stars for a minute. Think, how should I deal with this? Once again, I take a deep breath and try to focus my concentration on one point. But... I think the fact that I'm all tied up like this is preventing me from fully concentrating. You've got to be kidding me! I have to stop that voice. Damn it, I can't move. Hey, I can move an arm. There's something. That's something, right? What do we do? Alright, let's take a look and see what options are. That's a face only a mother could love. I see the screaming author's mouth. That's where the piercing scream is coming from. I can see the torso of the screaming author. It's within reach and it looks like a good target. If I can just use something on it. Nope. Oh, the legs don't have anything? Huh, you'd think there'd be more there, but... Okay, well anyway, we're supposed to do something with the wires on her back. The wires stretched very tightly. It feels like it'd cut me if I touched it. It's vibrating considerably. Maybe it's resonating with the scream. Okay, so we need to use our, we need to use that clump of stiff hair on it. Wherever that is. There it is. On the wires, yep. That's right, back at the passage. Rose mimicked a communicating cry and we managed to survive. Hurry it up, I'm gonna die! Hey, take the clump of stiff hair out of my backpack. Clump of stiff hair? What the hell are you going to do with that? Stop talking, just hurry up and get it. Got it, what do you want me to do with it? Rub it against the wires as hard as you can. What are you... You know what, whatever, here goes. Bond straightens the bundle of hair and firmly rubs it on the wire. The hair is still being rubbed on the wire, and the girl's scream gradually dies down. The screaming author moves a bit, which causes us to move around quite a bit too. In my new position, I can't see what's in front of me once again. On the bright side, the movement also frees up one of my arms. Hey, you alright? Damn it, these wires have got me all wrapped tight. The voice is coming from above me. Looks like the weight I feel on my back is Bond. Forcing my head into a position where I can see again, I see the screaming author's bird-like leg. Not a crane, please not a crane. Is it crying? Just kill it. If it screams again, we're done for. Not a crane. What the hell what the hell does it want me to do? Alright, so then we get the next scene. I was about to say something else, but... I can see the torso of the screaming author. It's within reach and looks like a good target. If I can just use something on it. Nope. I guess we only got that in the legs, nothing else. Okay. Wait. Oh! Never mind. This creepy looking leg looks like a bird's. Perhaps it's because it notices me looking at its leg, the screaming author gets noisy. Oh, it doesn't want me looking at her legs. The paper lantern uses fire. I feel like it'd be a powerful weapon for us if I can find a way to use it, but... That's right, we have fire. If we can set something on fire... It's too far for me. You do it. Hands are literally tied, kid. I can't move. Okay, we don't want to do anything with that, though, by the way. Okay, well, anyway, with the legs. Yep. Yeah, she doesn't like her legs. Maybe we need to use the spray paint on it to cover up her legs. I remember it was written on the ballet flyer that we found in the bedroom. First act, collection of pieces, ballet others. Second act, La Decane. Please enjoy their energy and spirit as they perform adorned in adorable colors. If the screaming author is Child T, the girl who is killed last, she must regret how she wasn't able to perform at the recital. I take out the spray paint, reach towards the leg, and start spraying. Hey, what are you doing? I paint the bird-like leg yellow. The screaming author looks at its leg and... It feels like it smells a bit. The screaming author repositions itself once more. Whoa! I feel like I'm a blender or clothes dryer as my words flip upside down. World flips upside down. Ugh, I'm all tangled up again. I can only move my leg, and this time I'm upside down. It's a bit more slack. It's a bit more slack now. Sorry. It's a bit more slack now, but if it keeps doing this, it's gonna kill me. What's it saying? Hey, what's wrong? If you don't pay attention, you're gonna get flipped over again. I know, let's do this. Alright, now to check more stuff again. The wire is stretched very tightly. It feels like it cut me if I touched it. But from this position, it's impossible for me to reach, but I gotta shut my brain off and just do it. I can see its head right below my feet. I don't think Bond can reach up to that height in their current position. There? You mean his? Anyway, damn, can't do anything from here. I see its torso right in front of me. It looks like Bond would be able to reach it. Alright, nope, we don't want to do anything with that. I know I have to check this, but I was seeing if there's anything else to... Okay, check the lantern. I can see the fire from the paper lantern, the tatami mat's above my head. I might be able to reach it. Okay, we want to use the incense on it. I take the incense from my backpack and light it on fire with the paper lantern. Or sorry, take the incense from my... Anyway. Paper lantern, that seems far. Can I reach it? Bond tries to reach the lantern. Damn it! The incense just can't quite reach the paper lantern. Well, in that case... Hey, this is gonna hurt a bit, but focus and power through, okay? Wait, what are you planning? My reply to Bond is a heavy kick to the back with my free leg. Good God, that hurts! The force of the kick is enough to get the incense to touch the lantern's flames. Smoke creeps out of the incense where it touched the fire, and it quietly starts to burn. Alright! Obtain lit incense. Alright, I have a fire source now. Just gotta find a spot that'll burn easily. The screaming author flaps again and my world spins around once more. I'm now basically face to face with it, which makes it seem intentional. Whoa! Bond is rendered speechless, except he said whoa. Hurry, hurry! The screaming author sounds like it's trying to tell us something. Damn it, I'm all wrapped up again. Hold on, I'll end this. Alright, let's look her over again. I can see the screaming author's legs. They look like they're made of metal. Where should I strike to finish it off? Well, not the legs. Not the back, Rogar. The wire is stretched very tightly. It feels like it cut me if I touched it. But from this position, it looks impossible for me to reach, but I got a shot of my range. Just do it. Okay, I don't know why he's repeating the same thing for this. The screaming author's face is pretty close. I see its eyes staring at me sadly. Where should I strike to finish it off? Nope. Yeah, doesn't look like it. So, okay. Torso. I see the torso of the screaming author. It hurts to see its tattered clothes. Where should I strike to finish off? We'll use the lit incense that we just got. Wherever that is. Probably at the end of it. Yeah, it's going to be at the back. So, yep, lose lit incense on the trunk. Okay, wait a minute. Bond, pass me that incense. Like it's that simple. Ah! Bond moves around and though bound, and tries to hand me the lit incense, but we tried a bunch of times, but I still can't get it. It's no use, I can't reach you. Guess we have no choice. Throw it to me. Huh, guess we're all in on this. Alright, here's hoping we don't crap out. With a flick of the wrist, the lit incense gets tossed towards me in an odd arc. If I just sit like this, I won't catch it. Ugh, come on, reach! The wire digs deep into my flesh, but I fight through the pain and reach out for it. Hot! The incense scorches my fingertips, but I manage to grab hold of it. Nice catch, now finish it! This'll do it. I stretch my arm out as far as I can and press the lit incense into the screaming author. Hey, what's happening? Just hold on, The screaming author stares at us quietly, but then it shakes its head slightly and takes a deep breath to scream once again. But just at that moment, its clothes catch fire and the flames engulf them. Inside the flames, the screaming author kicks its legs, almost joyfully, and then falls to ashes on top of the tatami mat. Ow! The wires that had held us tight are cut, and we drop pretty roughly. Well, it looks like we lived through this. Yeah, somehow. Oh, and you get the Screaming Author's Purification trophy for doing this, by the way. Like usual, the curse disappears. but wondering how much longer this is going to keep happening makes me depressed. I look at the floor where the screaming author fell to the ground, but it disappeared. Now there was just a pool of blood in its place. If you use your powers, you should be able to get some information about your sister, right? Come on, hurry up and try it. Yeah. Getting closer to the pool of blood, I slowly press my fingertip against it. I see Ami trapped in a place that seems to be the bathroom, but it's the same scene as before. ... It is now 2 weeks since Ami disappeared, so I'd be worried. I'd been worried about her health, but inside the vision, it doesn't look like Ami's any different than she was when she was taken.
I want to get out. How long do I have to stay in here? Mom, big brother.
Ami groans in a tearful voice with her head drooped down. I hear a high-pitched sound like two hard objects rubbing against each other next to Ami. Exclamation point. Ami's entire body lurches as if she was just hit with an electrical shock.
Ami, I came to play with you.
That's not creepy at all. Kakia appears and gently pets Ami's head. At the same time, a doll's arm under her sleeve tightly grips Ami's body, almost as if it was intended to be seen by anyone watching this vision.
Ami, have you gotten used to Kirio? ...
Ami seems to be refusing to raise her head to answer Kakia's question.
Kakagirio is a different word. You used to live in Usashio. Here you won't get hungry or get old. You'll just keep on playing with Kakia right here until Kakia gets bored. ... If you get bored, will you take me back? No, I won't. I'll break you.
Yeah, I'll break you. Exclamation point.
Kakia doesn't like chatting because you reveal secrets. Huh? What did I tell? Who did I tell?
Kakia must be upset about me saying something about NG, but Ami wouldn't know that I know, because she doesn't know that I'm watching her like this.
But you can relax. I won't break you. I won't break you until I get bored. ... Ami, what do you want to play today? Tag, hide and seek, what games, house, or...
Ami. Seems like you saw her. So how'd it go? From what Kakia said, sounds like Ami is trapped in a place called Kakakirio. Kakurio? Like the Kakurio mentioned in Shinto? What, you know something about it? Just the basics of the religion. We're in Utsashio, the realm of the living, and Kukurio refers to the realm of the dead. I'm not entirely sure the Kakurio that Koki was talking about is the same thing. Sorry, I don't speak Japanese, so you'll have to forgive me for not pronouncing these things properly. That's not what I'm interested in. How do I get to Kakurio? Why the hell do you think I would know? I bet even Rose wouldn't know. We don't even know what Kakuyo means by Kakukirio, so how would I know how to get there? ... I now know that Ami is in Kakukirio. Unfortunately, I don't know what or where that is. Am I really powerless to help her? Don't get down, Kojima. Focus on what you can do for now. Let's open up that chest. That's what we came here for. I put the key in the lock and lift the lid of the chest. I saw a small, oddly shaped doll in a thick envelope. What? I feel compelled to scoop up the doll. It's an odd design with a girl's head on top of a stringy body. The face has a familiar hairstyle and hair color. It does a very good job of looking like Kakuya. Why is a doll with Kakuya's face here? Kakuya, seriously? Why would this be in the Moroku residence? Don't ask me. How the hell should I know? The talk of the dolls reminds me of the dolls with the girl's spirit in them that we found. I wonder if there's some sort of bloody source related to this doll too. I couldn't help but think the doll was important, so I shoved it in my pocket. And what about that envelope? I opened the envelope at Bond's request. It contains scratch paper with detailed descriptions of things and some photos of girls. It's a memo left behind by Yakumo Moroku. It looks like he wrote about the girls he killed. But even with this, we still can't figure out why Moroku did such a horrible thing. And these photos are... In the photos, I see a girl dancing on stage wearing a white ballet outfit. This is from a ballet recital. That's right, the victim went missing when she was coming home from ballet practice. She was... I recall the appearance of the screaming author. Turned into... that? But the screaming author actually didn't want us to see. It was probably... Maybe that's why she attacked us here. She was probably afraid that we compare her to the photos of her old self that were in there. We leave the burnt-smelling attic, all of us, full of dreary feelings.
Well, you two certainly took quite a long time. I'd like to be filled in immediately, but the patrols are just about to start. We should leave here immediately.
It's me, the Black Rabbit. I'll tell you what happened at the bar. Yeah, alright. I could use a bit of memory erasure after that crap we just went through. I part with the other two and head to the station. Because I run to the train, I managed to reach Kasuji Station earlier than they do. ... I find Aunt Natsumi, the Black Rabbit. She turns to me, looking unhappy. Something's off. She's not her usual friendly self.
Perfect timing. I was about to call you.
What's up?
A detective was just here. A lady named Oe. You know her, right?
Oe. Yeah, I remember her. That tall lady, right?
Miss Oe is helping me with Ami's case. She told me a lot. Like that you've been out late at night recently.
I guess that lady detective went and ran her mouth to Aunt Natsumi. Is this her way of trying to pressure me because I was being uncooperative with her?
You're doing something dangerous, aren't you? I can tell from the scratches on your arms.
I looked down at my arms and realized that I've got a number of scratches on them. I must have gotten them when I was being swung around by the screaming author.
You're doing this for Ami, aren't you? You're looking for some girl in a kimono, right?
Exclamation point.
Miss Ui told me what you said when you talked to the police. After Ami suddenly vanished from the bathroom, you met a girl in a kimono. And that girl said she kidnapped Ami, right?
Yeah, that's right.
So it's just like Miss Ui said. The other police I talked to didn't tell me anything about that. Probably because it sounds so absurd. But why didn't you tell me yourself?
Isn't it obvious? I didn't think you'd believe me either.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't have taken you seriously, but I haven't learned anything these past 2 weeks. At this point, your story about her being spirited away is my best lead. Akira, you'll tell me, right?
She looks at me with a burning determination. The desperation of a mother who's lost her child, persistence to find that child. I can't keep hiding it from her. Okay, I'll tell you everything. Give me a few minutes. I've got some people who are helping me. If they help me explain it, it'll make everything a bit easier to believe. Eventually, Bond and Rose arrive at the bar. After formally introducing Aunt Natsumi to them, we start to talk about everything that's happened. We tell her about Kaguya, our investigations, spirits, Kaguya's game. When I'm unsure about how I should explain something, Bond and Rose help me out. Aunt Natsumi listens quietly until the very end, never interrupting. ...
So that's what happened.
She seems shocked. That's not unexpected. I've actually faced a number of spirits now, and I still wonder if it's all just a nightmare. Or some nightmare.
I understand if you don't believe our story, but every bit of it is true. Your daughter was kidnapped by this Kaguya doll, and we and Kojima are pursuing it.
I don't want you to get your hopes up for no reason, but at least your daughter's still alive. According to Kojima, people don't get hungry in the realm of the dead.
Realm of the dead. Kakuriyo.
She repeats those words to herself quietly. Natsumi, if there's anything at all that makes a connection for you, let us know. We need all the information we can get.
Right. I don't remember it very well, but I think Moroku once wrote a story about the realm of the dead. Oh, Yakima Moroku again, huh? This guy seems to have quite a few connections to Kaguya. Could it all be mere coincidence? How fascinating. ...
When I hear Moroku's name, I remember all the disgusting and grotesque things I saw tonight. The corpse of the girl's arm sewed into it. That was what became of Yakima Moroku, the children's author who murdered little girls. His acts of insanity and the girl's screams are all recorded on those tapes. Wait. Hey, Aunt Natsumi, I want to ask you something. Was Moroku a pedophile?
What?
Her eyes go wide at the unexpected question, but I press her again. Was Moroku a piece of crap who got off on tormenting kids? ...
From what I know of him, he didn't have any hobbies like that. I never heard Satomi mention it either, and she was obsessed with him.
Huh. I'm sure he hid his guilty pleasure so that no one else would find out. But the way Moroku sounded on that tape still bothers me. I can't believe someone who spoke so calmly could do something so depraved. Hey Kojima, what's bothering you? You can't explain what we saw there without concluding that that guy was insane. Yeah, I know, but something's bugging me. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I just can't figure out how to put it into words. Anyway, I've got a request for you, Miss Manager. Could you look into that book in Moroku's that references the realm of the dead? Just in case, you know.
Yes, I'll do my best. Bon, Rose, I'm putting Ami's fate in your hands.
Aunt Natsumi shudders and breaks down into tears. I'm not cut out for this gloomy stuff. Look, we'll find your daughter, alright? In exchange, stock up a decent booze for us. Bourbon's older than 10. That'll be fine by me.
Akira, I'm so sorry I'm putting you in danger, but there's nobody else I can turn to now. Please save Ami.
I'll save her with my pissed off, angry attitude. ... The next thing I know, it's already past midnight. We say goodbye to Aunt Natsumi and leave the bar. Yep, you have time to save, so... save right there. Continue on.
Well, then I'll be taking my leave.
I don't know why I wanted us to save there specifically, but okay.
I'm a denizen of the night after all. There's much to do before the sun rises.
Stop trying to sound cool. We all know you're probably just gonna wander around drinking until the break of dawn.
Kojima, let me know if Kaguya contacts you again. I'll be there in a flash if you need me.
Rose disappears in the direction of the taxi stand. Phew, we're finally free to that woman. I can't handle selfish, inconsiderate women like her. You two actually seem pretty similar in that category to me, old man. Same to you, twerp. Anyway, come with me. Huh? I'd rather just get some sleep. Quit griping. I'm pulling rank and telling you to come out, so shut up and follow me. What are you, a drill sergeant? Where are you dragging me? If it's a pachinko or mahjong, I'm going home. Where? Well, to the Moroku residence. You go back to the Moroku residence with Bond. On the way, I asked Bond repeatedly why we're going there, but all he gets some lame reply like, just take care of some business. I guess I'll see when we get there for myself. Why do we gotta do this now? Unlike kids, adults don't get anything like a summer break. I'm busy during the day, so I gotta fit this stuff in whenever I can. But you get national holidays and stuff, right? Yeah, but that's horse racing season. It's not vacation for me. I really shouldn't have asked. I just wasted my time. That's what you get for playing detective. Come on, let's get a move on. So, where are we going in here? We're not messing with that corpse, are we? Shut it. I don't want to remember that. We're going up to the attic. We pass through the hidden hallway and climb up the rickety old wooden ladder. We're back in the attic again. I can still faintly detect a burnt stench. Alright, let's get down to business. Bond puts his hand in his pocket. He takes a small, thin box. What's in that? Incense, obviously. We're holding a memorial, though, just a quick one. Come on, you say a quick prayer, too. You don't want to get on our bad side. Bond takes a small incense burner out of his pocket and places it in the corner of the room. He sets up the incense and lights it. The unique fragrance of incense fills the room. That should do it. Honestly, it would have been better to do this right after we took care of her, but the patrolman was about to come around. You take this stuff pretty seriously, huh? You always do stuff like this? Ha! I'm not that virtuous. I only offer up incense when kids have gotten wrapped up in a case. I lost my son to a spirit. What? Kind of reminds me of Eddie Valiant from Who Framed Roger Rabbit. You know, Toon killed his brother. You know, did you just say you had a son? What's that look for? Is it honestly so strange that I'd have a wife and a kid? Well, they're both ancient history to me now, anyway. It wasn't Kaguya that did it, was it? No, it wasn't. The spirit's already been dealt with. The head of one of that one family and a crappy detective got it. Is that the guy who's your sponsor? Yeah, that's right. Guess Rose told you. Then there's nothing to take revenge on. There's no reason for you to risk your life hunting spirits. It's part of my journalistic nature. While I was pursuing my son's killer, I was introduced to the world of spirits. Each and every spirit is hiding some dark truth underneath all its artifices. I guess I'm just helplessly drawn to uncovering those truths. I want to expose all their secrets. Bond's eyes light up in the darkness like he's stalking some kind of majestic beast. But I feel like I could catch a hint of sadness in that sparkle too. It's just my imagination. And to do that, I'll risk putting myself in danger and occasionally help put a kid to rest. So you better make yourself useful, Kojima. No. Ha! Don't be so angry. You'll get you'll get to use me like a tool too. That's what we adults call quid pro quo. Enough rambling. We're done here, so let's head back. I shine the flashlight down at our feet as we make our way to the ladder. The blood stains on the floor and merges with the darkness as the light catches it. Rest in peace, young lady. By the time we reach the station, the last train has already left. I've got no other choice, so I get a taxi to take me back home. Of course, I have Bond to cover the fare. When I close the front door, I feel all the energy drain out of me, and I let out a big sigh. This long day is finally over. Screaming Author has been updated. 8:14. Screaming Author. Rumor note 6. Screaming Author is gone. How much longer must I fight spirits? Moroku was dead. Found a corpse. Who is Yakumo Moroku? Just some lunatic. Why do you do all that? Roll. Makes no sense. Realm of the Dead. That's where Ami is. Spirit File Screaming Author has been updated. You just told me that. Anyway, summary. Screaming Author Moroku's notes included. Moroku kidnapped and killed many girls. It was their role. He disfigured them, then killed them. The 4 girls' names were Ai, Hana, Sachi, and Tsubasa. Particularly beautiful young Tsubasa, whatever, aspired to be a ballerina, only she got wings and legs from Moroku to become a crane. The crane cried because she didn't want anyone to see her. Alright, time to go to bed, but anything from the calendar? August 14th, ... No, alright. Let's go to bed. Collapsing in the bed, I shut my eyes. Those tortures that took place in the Moroku residence, the 4 murdered girls, plus the killer himself, Yakumo Moroku, turned up dead too. What the hell is going on in that mansion? I don't know the answer to that yet. Will we find out soon? My thoughts run away from me, and before I know it, the sky's bright out. The sky's bright out. I really should get some sleep. ... And we'll save it again, so I don't... August 15th, Sunday. A day passes since the events in the Moroku residence. I waste the day doing nothing until night arrives. Yesterday's events have completely drained me. It's a Monome. If it's not a Monome, it's Hazuki who contacts you if you chose Hazuki's route. Hey, it's been a while. Pop's been keeping a strict eye on me, so I haven't had a chance to call. How are things going? Have you learned anything about Ami? Yeah, I know where she is, but I've got no clue how to get there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Give me the details, buddy. I tell Monome that Ami's been trapped in the realm of the dead. I include the events at the Moroku residence too. The realm of the dead, huh? Well, if it isn't the name of a club or a bar, then I don't think I can help you. Supernatural stuff is out of my jurisdiction. Leave that to a specialist. I've got no idea either. I just gotta trust in Bond and Rose. Waiting around is frustrating though. Yeah, same here. I'm still under house arrest, surrounded by all these filthy gangsters. That's still going on, huh? Because of what happened to Murahashi, you know. Pops is barely on guard now. I'll sneak out if I get the chance though. Well, looking forward to it. Huh, leave it to me. I'm sure you're alone without your genius partner by your side. Yeah, say whatever you want. By the way, Hazuki's condition, she's still sleeping. There aren't any irregularities in brain or body functions, but she just won't wake up. ... If the coma is Kaguya is doing, then the doctors won't be able to do anything about it. Will Hazuki wake up if I keep going after Kaguya? I just gotta trust that will happen. That's all I can do to help. Well, I gotta get going. Pop's calling. Talk to you later, Akira. Amaname sounds the same as ever. Feels like forever ago that he and I would hang out and do stupid stuff together. Wonder if he'll ever live a normal life again. Guess hearing Amaname's voice has relaxed me. I'm suddenly sleepy. I'm so sleepy. I might actually be able to sleep now. Might as well lie down. Check the calendar. August 15th. How long is this going to continue? It's Jeet Kune Do esoteric book. I've been in a lot of fights. There we go. Okay, never mind. Alright, we'll just go to bed. Time to turn in for the night. A knock comes from over by my door. Ah. Fine. Check the door. Check the people? Sure. It's a ghost! Or nothing. ... Looks like no one's there. Jump scare. What was that? I'm gonna open the door. I don't feel anyone nearby. Was I imagining things? Maybe I'm tired. Maybe the game's just trolling me. Anyway, time to go back to bed. I'm trying to remember if you turn off the jump scare feature in the game, I think this event doesn't even occur. Yeah, let's go to bed now. Collapsing in the bed, I shut my eyes. I bet it's because I didn't get much sleep yesterday, but I find myself dozing off. ... Alright, make another save. August 16th, Monday. At night on my way home from the station, I hear the familiar sound of a flute. When I reach the underpass, the sound stops. A chilly breeze is blowing.
Good evening, mister. So we meet again. Kaguya is so happy. So happy.
I think I gave her a southern voice originally, but that's what she says, but her voice carries no emotion at all.
You know, mister, I've gotten bored of Ami.
What's that supposed to mean?
All she ever says is that she wants to go home, and she's no good at word games or cat's cradle or playing jacks. She's no fun to play with, even though her brother is super fun to play with.
You little... Why, you little? How dare you?
Keep playing with Kaguya forever and ever and ever.
Damn it! I clench my fists in rage at how nonsensical and hopeless the situation is, but my arms won't move an inch, almost like they've been paralyzed.
I thought in the next game already. It's the Killer Beach game. If you don't play, you'll disappear too, mister. And Ami will never come back.
Kaguya melts into the darkness. Damn it. I've got no time to waste. I need to figure out what the realm of the dead is and get Ami out of there. On my way home, I contact Bon and Rose. I tell them about Killer Peach and ask him to look into it. We agree to meet at the Black Rabbit tomorrow night. Starting tomorrow, I'll be investigating another spirit. I better get some rest. Let's see what the calendar says. August 16th. Now it's Killer Peach. What kind of spirit is it this time? It's taboo fighting skills. I've been in a lot of fights. Yeah. Alright, time to go to bed. Collapsing on the bed, I shut my eyes. Kaguya's new game has begun. Killer Peach, that's the next spirit I'm after. But I'm not just up against that spirit. In order to save Ami, I've got to do something about Kaguya too. ... Oh yeah, I've got to save. Well, looks like we took down another spirit, and that spirit was messed up just like everything else. It just seems to be getting progressively worse. But what awaits us? What awaits us with the next spirit? Will this peach taste just as sweet, or will it be rotten to the core? Find it next time in Chapter 5, Spirit Hunter NG. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.